They always say you can't really brace yourself for that one moment that shifts your entire life. Not the years spent being loyal, not the comfort found in daily habits, not even the kind of love you've convinced yourself is enough to stay. My name is Lauren, I'm 43, and the night my nephew offered to help me to the car, something changed deep inside me, quietly but unmistakably. I've been married to Kent for 16 years. He's a dependable man, solid, reliable. On paper, our life was everything it should have been. Calm mornings, shared meals on weekends, vacations that looked good in photos. But photos don't show the empty silences during dinner, the hollow words passed back and forth, or the loneliness that creeps in when you're lying next to someone who feels like a stranger. It all unfolded during a family get-together at my sister-in-law Monica's house. Her son, Ethan, was turning 23. Ethan's always had a special shine to him, bright, considerate, naturally charismatic. I never had kids of my own, and over the years, Ethan filled a space in my heart I didn't even realize was there. What started as a simple aunt-nephew bond became something deeper, something I never dared to name. That evening was full of noise and joy, the kind of gathering where everyone wears a smile, even if it's only for show. Kent, true to form, had one too many drinks and was ready to collapse by dessert. I moved to help him up, but before I could, Ethan stepped in, offering with calm confidence, "Aunt Lauren, let me help." There was something different in the way he said it. Protective, grounded, older, somehow. He helped me settle Kent into the car, then into bed once we got home. Every movement was careful, thoughtful, like he knew not to stir the stillness that had taken over my life. When Kent finally dozed off, Ethan and I ended up in the kitchen. He handed me a glass of water, his gaze gentle but steady. Then he asked, "Are you okay?" I said I was, of course. That's the answer you give when you're anything but okay. He paused for a second, like he was weighing something heavy inside him. Then softly, almost unsure, he asked, "Can I talk to you about something personal?" I gave him a puzzled nod, my heartbeat picking up without warning. "What's going on?" I asked, my voice quieter than I intended. Ethan took a slow breath and ran a hand through his hair, an old nervous habit he had when he was little. "I think I'm falling for someone," he admitted. "But it's complicated. She's older, a lot older." My heart skipped. I let out a small, awkward laugh, trying to play it off. "Ethan, that's normal. Crushes happen, especially when," but he interrupted, his gaze steady and unwavering. "It's not a crush, Lauren. It's you." Everything stopped. For a moment, the air felt thick. I stared at him, waiting for a punchline, something to break the weight of his words. "That's not funny," I said, trying to mask my panic. "I'm not joking," he said gently. "I know how this must sound, but I've felt this for a long time. I just didn't understand it until recently." I took a step back, my legs shaky. "Ethan, I'm your aunt. I'm married to your uncle. We're decades apart. This is wrong." But he didn't back down. "I've dated girls my age. I've tried moving on. I even convinced myself what I felt was just admiration. But tonight, watching you take care of Kent, it made me realize I couldn't keep quiet anymore." I didn't know what to say. Part of me wanted to shut the whole thing down, end the conversation, remind him of every reason this was impossible. But another part, one I hadn't let speak in years, was listening. That part felt seen, curious, even flattered. "Ethan," I whispered, my voice trembling. "This can't lead to anything." He nodded. "I understand. I'm not asking for anything. I just needed you to know." But then he stepped a little closer. And something inside me faltered. The way he looked at me, like I was more than just someone's wife, more than someone's aunt, like I was a woman again. It stirred something long buried. When his fingers brushed against mine to take the glass from my hand, it felt like a quiet spark lit the air between us. "I see you, Lauren," he said. "Not just as family, as someone who matters, someone I care about." Something shifted in that moment. There was no kiss, no physical betrayal. But we crossed a line, emotionally. We stood too close, and I didn't pull away fast enough. Time blurred, the night wrapped around us like a secret. And when it finally ended, I felt like I had awakened from a dream I never knew I'd entered. In the days that followed, Ethan kept his distance. He didn't say much, but whenever our paths crossed, the way he looked at me said everything. He was waiting, for a sign, for a decision, maybe for something I didn't even know if I had the courage to give. Meanwhile, Kent started acting differently. He became more affectionate, more attentive. He'd reach for my hand, cook me breakfast, smile a little longer than usual. All things that should have comforted me. But instead, every kind gesture only reminded me of the secret I now carried in my chest like a locked box. I should have felt loved. I felt exposed instead. Guilt colored everything, even kindness. Ethan was respectful. He didn't cross the line again. But he never really left my thoughts either. His presence followed me like a quiet echo. Each time I saw his name flash across my phone or heard his voice offering to help with something small, it stirred that heavy mix of memory, temptation, and fear. Fear not of what had happened, but of what still might. One quiet afternoon, he pulled me aside. His voice was steady, but underneath it, I felt the storm building. "I don't want to make your life more complicated," he said. "But I can't pretend my feelings aren't real." I stood there, unsure of what to say. I was stuck between the life I had carefully built and this new ache inside me that refused to go away. "I'm not asking you to make a choice," he continued. "I'm just asking you not to lie to yourself." That night, I lay in bed beside Kent, silently crying into the pillow. He didn't notice. I didn't sleep. My mind kept circling back to every glance, every stolen moment, every word that passed between Ethan and me. I knew I had done the right thing by stopping it before it could go any further. But that didn't erase what I felt. Because the heart, it doesn't always obey the rules the mind sets. And sometimes, the deepest betrayals aren't physical. They're the quiet kind, the ones that live in your thoughts, echo in your chest, and haunt the silence between what was said, and what wasn't. I don't know where this road leads. I don't have all the answers. But I do know this, sometimes it only takes one unexpected moment to shake the ground beneath everything you thought was steady. A glass of wine, a birthday evening, and the gentle help of someone you never expected to see differently. That night made me question everything I believed about love, commitment, and myself. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this story. Life is filled with moments that challenge our hearts and test our choices, and through these stories, we explore the hidden emotions many are too afraid to speak about. If this story moved you, made you think, or simply kept you curious till the very end, I invite you to stay with us. Please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the powerful tales we share here. Your support means everything. It helps us continue bringing raw, emotional, and thought-provoking stories that reflect life in all its complexity. Until next time, stay open, stay curious, and remember, every story has a truth worth uncovering.